The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. I'm honored to connect with you mid-December here as we're talking about creating that magical momentum towards your goals. And what I mean by that is, how do we create that magical way of being that everything starts to flow? You know, many of us have talked about, oh, I'm in the zone, things are just flowing, things are coming along, and yet it's not like we're in that space all the time. And in fact, during the holidays, we can start to not feel very magical. We can start to feel like things are being added to our plate and the season is running us. And we're just trying to catch up. We're not getting enough sleep, and we're just kind of running, trying to do all the things that we've committed to doing or feel like we need to do or have to do. And then January comes and we take a pause and a breath and we try to recenter and move forward on our goals. And what I want to invite you to do today is to take a deep breath with me. In this hustle and bustle of this season, we can actually find centeredness. We can actually purposely build ways to keep us on purpose, moving forward on the things that matter to us. We don't have to wait till January to do that. We can start doing that today. So I want to applaud you for carving out some time just for you today, and I want you to get the most out of our conversation. We have amazing experts joining us today, and they come from an amazing depth of wisdom and experience. And we're here today to support you to purposely, that means mindfully, create magical momentum in your life. You get to choose to do that, and we claim that for you today. And we're going to give you practical and profound tips and ways and support to help you do just that on your journey in life. So I want you excited and leaning forward, anticipating what's going to be shared with you today. And we encourage you to call in if you have questions, if there are things that pop to your heart or your mind as we're sharing with you today. This show is for you. So I encourage you to call in. Really reach out to us. Let us support you on your journey. I want you to have a magical holiday season, but I actually want you to have that magical momentum moving forward in your life in the ways that matter most to you. And I believe part of that is remembering to pause. If you've been following our show for a while, we always start our time together pausing and listening and receiving information. And I have found what actually has helped me move faster in life, what has helped me move forward most powerfully, most efficiently, effectively, and quickly is by pausing. Remembering to pause, to think about my next step, to really be purposeful in what I'm saying yes to or what I'm saying no to. When things start to fall off my plate, so it's not if, when the plate gets too full and something falls off the plate that I wouldn't normally miss or forget, or I have a misstep, or I'm finding I'm not getting enough sleep, when those things happen, it's not a time for judgment or criticism. It's really time to take a breath. Okay, let me look at what's on my plate, because things are rolling off of it, and that means it's too full. So what can I purposely choose to take off my plate and mindfully add on to my plate? And how can I help myself be in the center? How can you be in the center of your plate? Are there practices that would support you and keep you centered? Are there things that you've just been kind of doing because it's what you always do and it's kind of automatic? Is that something you really want to keep doing, are called to keep doing? And when we can pause and reflect what's on our plate, what we've said yes to for the next 24 hours starting now, and what we're saying yes to the next 24 hours, it can help us spend our time and our energy and resources more purposely, more effectively, really remembering what matters most to us, especially when life gets busy. I have learned when I need a pause most, when I need a break, when I need to take a breath, is when I think I can least afford it. It's when my day is running me. So I want to encourage you, as you have carved out this time for us to connect with you and to support you, to really be thinking about, when you look at your plate, your 24-hour plate, what you have said yes to right now, going forward for the next 24 hours, are those things, those activities, those practices, those commitments, are those helping you move forward in what matters most to you? Bring that awareness to it. And if you find something's there that perhaps isn't important to what you're wanting to bring forward, and it's taking valuable real estate on your plate, I invite you to look at removing it so that you can add the things that matter most to you. And as we go through our time together today, I want you to listen with anticipation and expectation of what our experts are going to share with you that will help you purposely add things to your plate that are going to support you moving towards your goals, creating that magical momentum, playing life the way you are wonderfully made. And let's add those things to your plate and remove the things that are draining, that are taking away from that. So let's breathe that in. Beautiful. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe. Keep your eyes open and alert. No texting and driving. But those of you who are able to, I invite you to sit back in your chair, really feel it supporting you. Put your feet flat on the floor so that you can feel that support coming from the earth up through you. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your belly, out through your mouth like breathing through a straw. Let's do that again. Close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. Keep that belly breathing going. In through your nose, out through your mouth. This type of breathing brings us very present. Heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. It lowers our cortisol level, which helps us be present, have less stress, and really listen and receive. And as you keep breathing in this space, eyes closed, listening in, I want to ask, what is it that you need today? What is it that will encourage, empower, and inspire you? That will help you create not someone else create, but you create that magical momentum towards what matters most to you, towards your goals, your vision. What is it that you need today? And receive that information. It can come in a picture, it can come in words, a reminder, a memory, encouragement. What is it that you need today that you are willing to receive to support you on your journey to create that magical momentum towards your goals? Go ahead and receive that information. And when you're ready, take another deep breath. Open up your eyes, become fully present. And I invite you to actually write down whatever it is that you need today that will support and encourage you. Keep it top of mind so that you're actively on the lookout for it. So when those opportunities come, you can see them, you can lean in and receive them. Beautiful. And I'm going to take a moment and go around our virtual room here and ask our experts that have joined us today what was laid upon their heart as we connect heart to heart for our conversation today. So, Stacey, did you have something placed upon your heart?
Well, I was reminded how important it is to make sure, especially through the holiday season, that I am not doing anything because I think I should do it, but only because I truly have a desire to do it, and it moves me closer towards my goals, not further away.
I love that. Those shoulds can be very sneaky. So a really important reminder to not let the shoulds drive us, but our desires and our goals. Beautiful share. Thank you, Stacey. And Sandy, how about you? Did you have something placed on your heart to share?
You know, I think the main thing that I've been feeling is just a lot of gratitude and peace for a lot of the great people in my life. And just feeling a lot of gratitude and happiness for all the good things and clients and people that I really adore. So just kind of expanded that feeling environment. And that, you know, yeah, and you know what you said I really, really love, because that's actually what I do is I slow it down, and so the holidays are really a time for me to just relax. So I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I know it can get so busy, it can feel counterintuitive to slow down, but I find that when I do, I'm able to be more of who I want to be and who I'm called to be in my life and in this season. So beautiful share. Thank you. I love that gratitude. And listeners, we are getting ready to go to our first commercial break, and I like to call it our first 2-minute moment just for you. I invite you, instead of rushing off and trying to cross things off your to-do list, but to stay instead really present and listening in to what is being fed into your heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. What it is that you need most today that's going to encourage you and help you move towards your goals, towards what matters most to you. Use these 2 minutes to process and experience on a cellular level so that as we complete our time together today and you go back out into the world, you have processed things on a cellular level. You have moved forward. You've started that momentum on the things that matter most to you. So I invite you, as we go into this commercial break, these 2 minutes, really richly enjoy these 2 minutes carved out just for you. And when we come back, we will start our first expert interview. We look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit Facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you richly enjoyed those 2 minutes. And I was thinking about what had been placed on my heart as well as I was going in and reflecting, preparing for today, and when we went in, we're quiet there for a moment. And I was very thankful and grateful and just feeling very blessed to have each of you in my life and in our lives respectively, that we get to connect this way on a weekly basis. And just, I'm very thankful for each and every one of you. It is an honor and a privilege to produce this show and to be able to serve and support all of you out there. So thank you for being part of this journey, for leaning in, for sharing it with your friends and family. And we continue to want to help bring forward this type of content and programming to serve the world in a positive way. So I was just very thankful as we went into that time of reflection. Now, I promised when we came back that we would be talking to one of our experts that has joined us today. And so I wanted to share a little bit about our first expert, because you've heard a little bit about her from our heart. And I wanted you to know a little bit of her background before we get into our conversation here. So Stacey is a TEDx presenter, a best-selling author, creator of Chi to Be, and is absolutely passionate about helping you feel grounded, fully energized to achieve your goals. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Stacey Hall to the show. Welcome.
Oh, Rebecca, thank you. That was a fabulous greeting. I appreciate it very much.
You
and
are
I'm going to tell
very
you, both
welcome.
my dogs perked up. You got so excited, they got excited too.
Oh, and they may even join us today.
They very well. Don't be surprised if you hear them.
Well, I love it. I'm very glad to have you on the show today, Stacey. Thank you for joining us.
Well, it is really very much an honor for me, Rebecca. It's something I've been looking forward to for a very long time. Thank you.
You are very, very welcome. I love to start our conversation, if I may, with your why. Why is the work that you do in helping people in this way, where they're grounded and united and fully energized, and they're moving towards their goals. Why is that magical and so important to you on a personal level?
Well, because I've been there. I had, and still, daily, as we all do, have my experiences that I'm working through in order to get to a place of being the I am that I envision myself to be. And I've had some major health challenges for a very long time in my life, some of which I really inherited and in my genes, some of which I aggravated by not really understanding what that meant of what I inherited. And so I have been for many, many years uncovering first for myself what to do on a physical level to maintain my body like a temple, and what to do on an emotional level in order to be able to get out of my own way, and what to do on a mental level in order to keep my vibration energy high through my thoughts, and how to keep my connection to the divine stronger through all of it. And there have been many, many times that if I hadn't had direct guidance and inspiration, actual experiences where I know that I heard direction from the divine, which I call God, that I'm going through it in order to help others, I'm not sure I would have been willing to go through it. I think I might still be sitting down having temper tantrums about some of it. And but I do know that part of my purpose here on Earth is to go through these experiences and then to be able to share what I've discovered along the way and hold someone else's hand so they don't have to go through it by themselves.
I really appreciate your sharing so transparently and some of the struggles that you have and some of what you've learned in that. And I love that your heart is to help others have an easier time, that you can hold their hand and walk beside them, and that is the core of so much of what you do. So thank you for sharing on that level with us. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. It's the truth.
And can you share some tips that you may have from your experience and the wisdom and insight that you've been given that we can apply in our life in a mindful way, I call it a purposeful way, that can bring that magic into our lives as we're talking about that today and help us with that forward momentum? And, while we're at it, ways that we can bring joy into the picture. What would you share with us today in those areas?
It would be my honor to do so. So the first is, you talk about a why. I'm going to be honest that I gave up looking at whys a long time ago. And the reason being is that trying to figure out a why, and I've heard this from many, many people, goes against their spiritual belief system of looking forward. Because a why, by its very nature, requires us to look backwards and to see what we want to fix. And not that there's anything wrong with that. But what I prefer, and what I'm asking, I think the dogs are about to say, agree with me here, is to first accept where we are. Like, this is where I am today. Today I have a little bit of congestion. Okay, that's where I'm at. Where do I intend to be? Where do I ultimately want to get to? So on the physical level, I ultimately look forward to having a much stronger respiratory system so that I can breathe freely and openly and naturally every day. Now, for someone else, it might be that they intend to get to a place of financial prosperity. Can be anything. But first identifying what is that we are heading towards, I call that our be-all, is in our be-all, end-all goal. And keeping our eye on our be-all is what it's about. So that's the first step, is to be able to envision what is the be-all.
Beautiful. And I'm going to stop us just for a moment because I want our listeners to start thinking about these things that we're sharing and participate and lean in to what is being shared. And I think it's a really great practice is to really look at where you are right now and where you're wanting to go. So just take a quick check-in on that. And then I know you have another step that people can take. Do you mind sharing, Stacey?
I would love to. So that's what I wake up into every morning, and the way that I do that is by how I go to sleep at night. And so many people don't get a good night's sleep for a variety of reasons. But one of them is that they never really acknowledge all that they accomplished during the day. Instead, when they go to sleep, they're focusing on everything they did not get done during the day and what more still has to get done the next day. So that's what gets in the way of where we started this call today, right, with the being able to stop and rest and be quiet. It's if we're always focusing on everything that's never done, how is that possible to do? So at night, after my husband, the dogs are quiet in bed, my eyes are closed, and I'm not yet asleep, I review the day that I just had, and I acknowledge myself. In addition to gratitude for God that all that I've been given, I acknowledge myself for all that I did. I acknowledge myself for taking my supplements. I acknowledge myself for taking good care of the dogs. I acknowledge myself for even taking a bath, taking the time to take a bath. Tonight, I'll acknowledge myself for being here with you and sharing what God has given me to share. I go to sleep on a list of what I accomplished to the point that my mind takes over. I go to sleep and my subconscious continues.
I love this, Stacey, and I do need to interrupt here. But I love this practice because here's a way every day we can declare ourselves a success and really celebrate what's been accomplished and go into sleeping and celebrating and really acknowledging what we have done and what we're grateful for. So I love this practice. You can start applying this right now, real time. And Stacey, we just have about a minute left here in our time together, and I know you have prepared an amazing gift, Chi to Be, and it looks like it's really helping us feel connected and energized. Do you mind sharing just a little bit about your gift, and then I'll let listeners know how they can lean into it?
Okay, well, yes, my free attraction tips are on my website, chi2be.com. The gift I'm offering specifically is to join me for Making 2017 Go the Way You Want, which is going to be my free group coaching call at the end of this month, December 2016. And during that call, which is an hour, I'll be asking questions. I'll be answering questions and providing free tips on how to stop making resolutions and start actually doing the transformations in the mind and the emotions that make it possible for us to achieve our be-all for 2017.
Wonderful. I want to thank you so much for joining us today and sharing from your heart and making this gift available. Listeners, I encourage you to spend some time. We're getting ready for that next 2-minute moment to really think about where you're at, where you want to go, and start making that list of things you can celebrate. We're already partway through the day. I'm sure there's some things that you can start adding to that list to celebrate, to be thankful for, and to acknowledge that you have done already. And one of them is joining us on the show today. So stay tuned. Take these next 2 moments just for you, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took those 2 minutes to really think about where you're at, where you're wanting to go, and you started to make that list of things that you can celebrate this evening, that you can stand on and appreciate that you did and accomplished today. A beautiful practice to bring into your daily life. Now, we're going to have a conversation with our next amazing expert, Sandy, and I wanted to share just a little bit more about who she is. You heard a little about her from her heart earlier in our conversation as she was talking about gratitude and peace in our opening segment. But let me share a little bit about her formal bio, so you know a little bit of her expertise and background. So Sandy is intuitive, a spiritual author, an entrepreneur with 17 plus years experience working as a professional chef and caterer to high profile celebrities and top business leaders. And she believes passionately and loves passionately food and people and loves to help them dig into and achieve their deepest soul needs and desires. Please lean in and officially welcome the amazing Sandine Zeldes to the show. Welcome.
Hey, Rebecca. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. Glad to have you joining us today. And I would love for you to share a little bit of your why the work that you do is important to you on a personal level. Why do you do what you do? And how does that bring magic into your life?
Sure, I'd love to. So, I originally, I've been a food lover in my family. We all love food, and we're all really passionate about food and cooking my whole life. And that's really how I became a chef. I just started my business. And I quickly realized, though, that there was a problem that was universal about enjoying food, especially amongst women. And so later, when I became a holistic nutritionist, I call myself the rebel nutritionist. I realized it wasn't so easy to put a plan into action for everybody. And I got really passionate about why that was, and why people weren't really enjoying food and were feeling actually quite distressed, right, about getting healthier and really enjoying food in their body. So that's kind of how I created my original practice, where I quickly started to work with the subconscious mind, and I can get into that more in a bit. I wasn't sure exactly how much you wanted me to go into here, but it all comes down to how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I became very passionate about that, yeah.
And I love and appreciate that about you. I know we had the opportunity to meet in person, and I got to experience you sharing some of that passion. And listeners, something I appreciate about Sandy is her vivaciousness and joy and warmth and excitement and knowledge. And I love how you call yourself a rebel, because I do believe you approach these things from a little bit different place. It's not, this is how you're supposed to eat or this is what you're supposed to do. It's like, how are you feeling? What do you like? How do we lean into those things? So I just appreciate that about you. And listeners, I want you to listen in to that energy and passion that you'll find Sandy has. And I encourage you to think about the things you're passionate about and want to tap into and how you're feeling as we have our time together. So thank you, Sandy. And I wanted to dig in just a little bit more. Can you share just a little bit more about your journey, if there was a magical moment or insight? Because you shared a little bit of where your interest came from and how you became fascinated with how people work, and that led to the subconscious. And I wanted to see if there's just a little bit more you wanted to share with us today, and where perhaps some of that magic is when we start getting into the subconscious.
Oh, absolutely. So, it's a very long journey, and I'm going to try to keep this a short answer. It's hard to do. But, we all struggle. I mean, who doesn't struggle with, different things in their lives, things that happen to us, and then how we feel about it and how we feel about ourselves. And so my journey has several points. Yes, I had a journey with food in my body when I was much younger, that I resolved through rebel nutrition, not nutrition, but rebel nutrition strategies that I go into a lot in my work that people can find. But also the emotions. It's both. Both are critical. And so I had two turning points in those areas. And of course, I'm constantly growing, like Stacey said, who isn't constantly growing? It's not an end point. I'm at an end point in certain areas, but I'm constantly growing with these tools and awarenesses and taking care of myself, as I feel, we all are if we're on a growth path. And so
I love that, because it's not that we've suddenly arrived. It's
you don't ever end.
Growing.
In fact, Louise Hay at 82, is still having breakthroughs. I mean, who isn't? So I feel like sometimes people think, oh, I'll be done with this. Well, are you ever done working out? If you want to kind of be healthy, are you ever done eating health? It's just a lifestyle and of growth and taking good care of ourselves and loving ourselves. And there's tools for this that I think are really effective.
Beautiful. And can you share, because one of the big struggles that many of us have is around food, and particularly that can get aggravated in this season. And in fact, I saw a Facebook post the other day, and it said, it's all fun and games till the jeans don't fit. And
and I'm totally, and I'm constantly posting about that, by the way. I just posted on my fan page and in my blog and all of that, how to lose weight over the holidays, just through, really loving yourself. Those are the strategies. And so what happens, and how to make it real, is a lot of strategies. Some of them are very simple strategies. It's kind of how we take care of ourselves, right? And so the main strategies I always work with people on are, not seeing food in our bodies as the enemy, which I think our society has kind of created with this mass, movement towards dieting. It's actually grown since the 70s. This is actually a period in history that's really teaching people to think of food a certain way, and women to think of our bodies in a certain way. And this is exactly what we don't want to do. We do not want to see food in our bodies as, quote, the enemy. It's pleasure. It's enjoyable. It's a really big mindset shift that creates 100% results in the end. One of my clients struggled with food her whole life. She was 52 when we started. She was 14 when she knows exactly when it started, her food issues, and always struggled with about 15 to 20 pounds. Was devastated, just devastated about food, cried every session. I mean, it was a very big issue. And this is a very successful businesswoman. But it wasn't, it didn't mean anything to her when she felt like she was still struggling with food. And we cleared the internal pieces, and she actually lost weight over the holidays without trying, without dieting, without doing anything. Just gave up the struggle. I mean, I'm going to say it that simply because I don't have the time to go into the details. It's really that simple, though. And the work, though, was that...
And I do. No, it's fine. Our time just goes so quickly. I want to make sure that our listeners are getting some of these great pieces that you're sharing, that we really can give up the struggle. We can really shift how we're relating to food and to our body. And that rather than it being this place of pain or discomfort or struggle, that we can actually release that and move into the relationship we want. And that can create an ease, is what it sounds like, even during the holidays, that can shift so powerfully in the results that we see. So thank you for sharing that. And I know that you've also put together an amazing gift for our listeners. So I would love for you to share a little bit about that.
Perfect. It allows me to kind of explain the work just a little bit. I know I've just got a short amount of time, but there's really 3 invisible barriers, I call them, that everyone has at different times in our lives for different reasons. And this works for business. I work with people on their businesses. It works for relationships. The 3 areas I work in have to do with the emotional stress, the beliefs, and then the focus on the issue itself, in this case, food in our bodies. And so the free gift is my 90-minute audio training that is just absolutely powerful tools and ways to find and start to look at what could be blocking you with resolving the food issues and other issues. It's the same work as I said, that I use in other areas. And all of this has to do with the unconscious, what's unconscious to us often. So this is a way to make it conscious and to start to really see what's going on. And people really have given me profound, comments on this training. That's why I still offer it to this day, that they get hope, awareness, that this call alone helps them to move forward and make changes that really work. It's really quite a profound audio. So I recommend it to anyone who wants to start to look a little deeper and not just at food and the externals, but more within, and really get relief. Not just a quick fix.
Well, and I love this because so much of what I believe is creating magic in our lives is how we are in our lives, how we feel in our skin, how we feel in our life, and are we continuing to be who we want to be, how we want to be, and moving forward on the things that matter most to us. So thank you for making this gift available. I appreciate it, Sandy, and for your wisdom today. Listeners, we are getting ready for our next 2-minute moment, so I encourage you to really think about what Sandy has shared with you and see where your heart is touched and what's being poured into your heart and your spirit as we go into this 2-minute moment, and really give yourself the gift of that time. When we come back, I will let you know how to access these amazing gifts, and we're going to hear a final tip or idea or suggestion from our 2 guests. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you. And as promised, I wanted to let you know how to access these gifts that our generous and amazing experts are making available to you. But let me share a little bit of why we have gifts available. I want you to be able to have resources to support you on your journey. So not just our time together on the show that you can connect and be part of the experience as we go through our conversations and give you tips and ideas. I also wanted you to have tools to support you and to actually have access to the experts like I do. That's the heartbeat of why we've created this library of resources to support you. And our guests have been very generous and being willing to add new additional free resources and gifts to support you on your journey. That's why we do them and provide them. And you heard each guest share a little bit about the gift that they're making available. And I promise to let you know how to access them. So I'm going to do that right now. You simply go to Radio Gifts, and that's plural with an S, radiogifts.net, a net full of multiple gifts, radiogifts.net. Enter in your name and email address so we can stay in touch. And then scroll down to today's date, which is December 13th. You will see both Sandy and Stacey's pictures and their gifts, and you simply click on the gifts that you would like to lean into. You'll enter in your name and email address again so they can stay in touch with you too and send the information, gift, tool, and resources to you. So I encourage you to lean in, say yes to you, say yes to these powerful gifts to support you on your journey, because it is not a solo journey. We need each other, and part of creating that powerful, magical momentum is bringing in tools and resources to support each other, to support us on your journey. So I encourage you to go to radiogifts.net, lean into those amazing gifts. You're actually going to see several from me as well as past shows and future shows. You will find additional gifts. So I encourage you to peruse the library and lean into those things that will be of most support to you on radiogifts.net. Now, I asked both of our guests today if they had a final thought or tip or powerful share they wanted to give to you, have you take forward with you? And they both leaned in and said yes. So, Stacey, do you mind sharing what your final thought or tip that you wanted to bring to our listeners today?
Absolutely. What I would say is always, when we wake up in the morning, before we jump out of bed, let's declare ourselves who we will be that day. So I jump up and I say, I am safe and I am happy and I am loving and I am loved and I am fulfilling my goals and I am joyful. You get the idea? Is if we can wake up into who we are each day, we wind up attracting to us the energy that makes that possible.
I love that, claiming it and being it and declaring it. And I love your example because it's not just one thing. We can make a list of who we are and who we're declaring ourselves to be. Beautiful. Thank you, Stacey.
Thank you.
Sandy, did you have something to share with our listeners today?
Absolutely. I think that loving ourselves is the key to everything. And love doesn't have to be this challenging, ethereal thing. Love is a verb. It's an action. And it's actually compassion in action. And I heard the Dalai Lama say this. I totally agree. And how do we have compassion for ourselves, right? So as women, we often give to others so much, but I think the first thing is to be compassionate, truly compassionate for ourselves. And this requires listening, deep listening to ourselves, our feelings. Our feelings are the secret to everything we want. Personally, I don't think we can fake feeling something we're not. And so we don't have to. When we really just listen and allow things, our feelings are meant to move through us and not stay stuck and trapped. And so often it's paradoxical. If we can give compassion to ourselves, sit with ourselves, have our feelings, things can start to move and we can move into wholeness, really, and let go of a lot of struggles in our lives. So that's really my deepest message.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And as you said the word secret, I found myself leaning in. I'm thinking, wow, who doesn't love a secret that we can have to apply in our life? And I feel like this show today has been full of secrets and wisdom and tips to help you live a powerful, magical life, to give you that momentum to move forward, clarity that you can really declare each day who you are and how you want to be. And then Sandy share about love and loving ourselves and compassion in action, that we can be that way to ourselves and to others. And I want you to think about, what is the magic that you are purposely bringing into your life? What are you declaring into your life? And what are you echoing out into the world? When you're standing in line, when you are rushing around as you're dealing with your clients, friends, family, are you echoing out magic and your gifts and your talents and your gifts? Or are you not? I think really think about what you are bringing forward in how you are being, how you are feeling in your life, how you are choosing to be, bring, and become in your life. Because every breath, and we've had lots of breaths we've taken together today, every breath that you take, every moment, you're making choices. Those moments add up to minutes, they add up to hours, they add up to your day. Your days add up to your week. The choices that you're making every single day, what you're declaring, what you're echoing forward, are you moving towards the things that matter most to you? That's adding up to your life. That is adding up to your now and to your future. And each of you is a precious gift. There is no one else just like you. You are magic that you get to bring to the world. And I want to encourage you to find ways, take things that supported you today, the gems that it can help you be more of who you are called to be, how you want to be, not the shoulds, but the way you want to be in your life, your desires, the way you're made, the way you're wired, what you can bring to the world. That's a gift to the world. You are a gift to the world. So I invite you to, starting today, purposely, mindfully, bring into your life and be who you want to be, how you want to be in the world. Declare yourself a success every day, celebrate, and choose what you're going to bring forward into the world, because you are a gift. Find those things that are going to support you, encourage you, empower you, and then share the amazing gift and magic of who you are with the world. And then my heart's desire in all of this, wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. Have an amazing week, and we'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.